Good evening, everyone. I'm Karen. For those of you that don't know first time I am streaming on Parafam Entertainment, Mackinville Paranormal, and PD Region Paranormal. So they are an extended family of mine. So if you haven't gone to their pages, please go over and like and follow and share. There's a lot of amazing people over there. Um, Tonight I have Pam and Steve Barry coming on to talk to us about the bash next week, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, that is. Um, but before I do that, I need to pay tribute to my father. Today is his angelversary, 22 years. It was a very traumatic loss for me. Hi, Carmen. Um, However, here I am 22 years later, weekly podcasts, weekly interviews, should I say. But my first interview was with him. I was 8 years old, and I have that recording. So before I bring on my guests, I want to share that with you. It's not that long. I hope you guys watch it because it really means a lot to me. So I'll play that, and then I will bring my guests on, and then we'll get some updates. Hey everybody, we'll get some updates about the bash, the schedules, the guests, the vendors, and all that good, fun, happy stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. So now the answers. I'm interviewing him. Now, he was a police officer at the time. So all of his answers are totally not true. And when you are 8, you don't get some of the answers that normally you would get as an older person. Now that I listen to it, my dad, I know where I get my wit from. I know where I get my sense of humor from. And I know where I get my heart from. So without dragging this on any longer, I am going to play that. And thank you so much for watching it.
Daddy. Daddy, what is... Okay, now we're going to talk to him.
Daddy, what is your name?
Daddy, what is your name?
Sam.
And what do you do for a living?
I work on a garbage truck.
And what is your lucky number?
69.
And what is your favorite song?
Yeah, meet me at the pawn shop, honey, and I'll kiss you under the balls.
Do you, are you married?
Yes.
And what's her name?
Yolanda.
And do you have any little boys or girls?
Yeah.
How many?
5 last time I counted.
And...
Okay, go ahead.
And what's the name?
Starting from the top, you got...
Starting from the top.
You got, Aqua Velva. And then the boys, you have, Tyrone, Jose, Philippe, and I can't remember that list, kids. No. Yeah, Juan Valdez. Yeah.
Very nice boys. Okay. Now, do you like to be a garbage man?
Oh, yeah, business is picking up.
Do you see a lot of gruesome things in there?
Oh, no, people throw away good stuff.
Paid $1 a day and all you can eat.
What do you get paid?
$1 a day and all I can eat.
Oh, well, that's just a thing. You should get paid around $1,000 or something for that, just hard work. What do you eat out of?
The garbage truck.
And don't your wife feed you?
Nah, she don't know how to cook.
Well.
Yeah, well, I only eat things wrapped in aluminum foil because, saran wrap tends to be, you can see what you're eating.
Was that you? Was that from this end? Yes, it was.
And do you go over people's houses a lot?
Yeah.
Like whose?
I don't know, but someone definitely should have their rectum checked. I mean, it's kind of bad over here. There's an odor to smell, just like the back of my garbage truck.
And who is that?
I think it was Jose. Jose Rambo with the Rambo pants on.
Very nice. Okay, now we're going to listen. Here's Ryan Kirk. Does he pick up snakes in there? Do you pick up snakes here?
Yes.
What kind?
Long and slimy ones.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. One more thing. Does he pick up rattlesnakes? Do you pick up rattlesnakes, he said?
Yes, and what I do with the rattles, I take the rattles and I make baby toys out of them.
Oh, rattle toys?
Rattles. Yeah, how about that? Where do you think they get rattles at?
I think they get them from little balls.
They get them from rattlesnakes.
Oh. Well, then that's in case... oh, excuse me. Well, now it's time to listen to our interview tape. Denny, hit the switch. No, let me sit.
Thanks, everybody who watched that. So now let me go to my intro. Actually, Pam, if you're watching, you guys can come in. You could have came in. But I'm going to play the intro, and then we will interview two of the most amazing people that I've met on my journey, Pam and Steve Barry. So let me just get to this, and then I'll be back. Wait. Oh, there we are.
The price of powder coating compared to the cups.
Hi.
Powder coated
How
water.
are you guys?
I'm good. How are you, hon?
Good. I'm sure you're busy.
It's
I don't
all
think
good.
someone filmed out. I think someone just moved.
I'm sure you're very, very busy, but no, I appreciate you coming on.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
You can't hear me? Is it me?
Now I can. Now I can.
Okay, cool. So I'm excited to have you on because
Thank you.
everybody is talking about the bash and we're all excited. We can't wait. And it's a nice follow-up from the Power Unity Expo,
Yeah.
the New Jersey Power Unity Expo. So, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And I love what you guys do. So for
Thank
those
you.
of you that are watching, because I am streaming on 3 new channels as of today, and they
Ooh,
are
Miss Fancy.
North Carolina area and this and that. So, so if you just want to explain really quick, about what the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash is about and the proceeds, and then we'll just talk about vendors and schedules and all that fun stuff if you have it handy.
Yep, sure. So, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash benefits Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors. We keep our dollars here in the state of Pennsylvania, and Heroes for Hire. That's John Buckland. and he is Batman. And when I say he's Batman, he's Batman.
He is Batman.
He is Batman.
He brings the Batmobile.
Yes, he has a $150,000 Batmobile. He's Batman. He gives you a lightness in your heart that you haven't had since you were a kid. And he benefits children with cancer, and he also goes into schools and talks about non-bullying. So he's pivotal in children that are sick, but children that need help also. And we're at the Wyndham. We're at 95 Presidential Circle, and we have 6 bands this year. So if you're coming, please bring a chair, a fold-out chair.
Noted.
Because we're going to kind of have like a pit outside of the band, and they're located right at the cigar trailer.
I can't begin to tell you how much I loved that last year.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's a mobile cigar.
And then Friday, please dress in your 1980s garb.
What happened? Oh, I got it already, girl. I got it already. I had to buy a wig because I don't know how to do my hair.
You're gonna have a wig.
I bought an 80s wig because it's almost like a downtown Julie Brown, like the crazy hair, you know. But I bought a wig.
Okay, good. Come back. Okay.
But the rest, like my shirt, is original from the 80s.
Oh, really? Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
So don't anybody drop a drink on Taryn's shirt. Hey, there's Bill Helms. I'm sorry if I don't say hi to everybody because
yeah, I'm trying to put the comments up.
See everything. My eyes are old.
Oh,
and then Saturday we have Bash at the Bash, same kind of party. So the bands are $20 to get in, and you stay for the entire event. You can come and go at will. What else? We've got lots of vendors, everything from gems and minerals to really nice jewelry. We've got
yeah, because it's not limited to paranormal stuff. Like there's kinds of vendors.
We've got a massage therapist this year that's going to be doing some really nice massages. I'm in line for that. We have tattoos, knuckles and needles, and if you look on the page, everything's listed on the page. Knuckles and Needles has their telephone number. If anybody wants to secure a reservation for your tattoo, I would probably suggest that. And then what else do we have? We have all kind of lectures. We have Dave Schrader. He's going to be our MC for the day. At the top of every hour, we're going to pick somebody to let everyone know the tally. So we're going to go right to our accountant who's taking all the money from the door. She'll give us a number, and we'll grab somebody here, go make that announcement. So we're going to keep everybody up to par on how much we're making for our charities. And it gets really exciting when you hit that certain number. Everybody's like, what? So
no. I'm excited. Because it was like at the end of the bash, when you, but I mean, it does take a long time to count on the money, but you went over your last, so it's like each year we're going up.
We are. Yeah.
Which I say we, like I'm like in it, but I'm just saying like it. I think that's awesome.
And then what else do we have?
Wait, so Friday night is the 80s? Friday night is the 80s?
Friday night is 80s, yes.
Okay.
And like I said, please, everybody, if you have a chair, please bring it, because it's going to be so much more fun to be sitting out there listening to the bands, have your lawn chair. Whoever smokes cigars, grab a cigar and just kind of sit there and just listen to the music, because Friday they're going to be playing a lot of 80s. Almost all of it's going to be 80s music.
That's awesome. We have a bash version right here. This is my first time coming.
Yay!
Have a blast. Let me tell you.
Tickets are sold at the door only, and I've been asked that question. Why can't we buy tickets ahead of time? You can't buy tickets ahead of time because I really don't want to go on a third-party ticket, because then they take a percentage out, and that will really mess my accountants up. So if we keep it, to the nearest dollars, and I don't have to take any money out. It's just much easier to keep track. So if I take that $20 and split it easy 10 and 10 instead of, $8.75 and or whatever,
Right.
I don't want to do that because I don't want to slight the charities. So that's why. And the girls that are taking the money at the table, they'll get you through like that. They're
Oh,
very
they always do. They always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always, I mean, like, I don't ever wait in line, and it's not because we're besties. I mean, I just, I go through the proper whatever, and they're really quick. Sometimes they even have cool stuff. Like I didn't even make it in the door yet, and I bought an American flag painted rock because they had these rocks last year or the year before. I can't remember which year it was, and it was like I already dropped $20. I hadn't even walked into the door yet.
Right. Well, so the event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but not everybody can make it on Friday. So we have our opening ceremonies on Saturday, our formal opening ceremony. So we're going to have a pastor to say opening prayer. We're going to have John Buckland. He's going to give some words of encouragement. We're going to have Anthony and Dina Holmes open with a nice prayer too, because they're just our family, and I love when they're around. And then we have a fife and drum corps coming. Yes. And wait till you hear them. So they're a bunch of young men from, they're like 12, 13 years old. They play so well. They were invited to the Pennsylvania Monument after the bash. And that really doesn't happen too often, where the National Park Service hears a band or hears anything or really invites anyone on the grounds of the Park Service to do something. So that's how magnificent these young men are. They really have practiced.
You see that? Doesn't that feel good? Like, you're not only raising money for two good causes, like you're also, I mean, look at what you just did for them. Like, this is probably a foot in the door to be, you know what I mean? To get some recognition for how good they are,
They're gonna bring tears to your eyes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to be going live while I'm there. So hopefully I can catch a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, maybe just peek ahead in the lectures and for a second and come back out just to kind of show people like what to expect or whatever, that want to come.
Right.
BB3 TV will have a table there. Paranormal Brew will have some stuff there too. But it's BB3 TV that's going to be there. It's our table, and even for us, it's the first time we're meeting a lot of each other, which is weird because we're all so close. But this event just brings people together, and it's amazing,
And you'll see on the outside of the door where the lecture room is, electronically, the whole schedule of the lecture, people who are lecturing, they'll be right up there. So there's no guessing. Everybody will see it.
Yeah, for sure.
The one year we had made copies and passed out papers to everyone. Then we were cleaning up paper. So the Wyndham was like, no, we'll just put it on electronic. So it's out there and it's very easy.
Yeah. And, like this year, I've helped out a lot of people with events and stuff like that. And those were like, the Pennhurst Paracon that Bob and Gina did, and, that was tough. 2 years. We did it 2 years in a row. And that was a really, really, like, people don't realize
it's a lot of work.
Goes on behind closed doors and to put it together. And the reason that like things like the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, the New Jersey Power Unity Expo, and things like that are keep going is because of the things that go on behind closed doors. And people don't realize the decisions that you have to make. There's people that you have to say no to, or there's people that you have to, there's certain things that you do that, people might get mad about, but they don't understand they don't get it. They don't know the whole picture, So, I witnessed that firsthand, and it's, you hear that stuff here and there. But when you know what's going on, you're like, you have no idea. Like, you just
there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle.
Right.
And it's kind of like when you're putting on a wedding, people are at the wedding and they're like, that was so beautiful. And it normally is. But to get there, it's a lot.
Right. And those people that complain about the wine they ate or the food they ate at the wedding are the ones that zero zero knowledge or care about what goes on for something like this. So
Right.
I thank you and Steve both because you guys really
It's
work
a
hard.
labor of love.
And I'm
It
sure
truly
you
is.
you know you have other people that help out, and I mean I offered to help out. I'll be there Thursday, so if you need help, just let me know.
Yep, we're going to
Um,
start hanging banners and getting all the whole outside together,
yeah,
and
I can
then
definitely help out.
you know what my biggest thing is. Okay, it's kind of silly, but after this is over, like I'm like this is smooth sailing. I put the names on tables, and then
Right.
I'm like, no, that person needs to be there. No, that one likes this one better because I want everyone to have a really good time. So I want them to be with their friends and I want them to be close. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, that person's all the way over there. Oh no, they have to come here. So I'm doing that probably for at least an hour, like just making sure that everybody's comfortable
Right.
because that gives us a good show.
Absolutely. And that's important. And that's what I'm saying. Like you care, the care goes into it, and I truly am a part of a circle of people that really do believe in power unity, you know? So
Absolutely.
I'm thankful
Mhm.
for that, because as a whole in general, the field seems to be lacking that, but when you find your circles, because those people are genuine, then you stick there, and as long as it's mutual, it's good, right?
Yeah. And
So
then this year we did have to, so we had to cut our tables down by like 14. So because of COVID, there's a group that it's a truckers group and they have like big meetings. So their meeting had gotten cut and now they got 20 for 2022. They have like 14 of our spaces. So I unfortunately had to tell some people that we were full, and I really want to accommodate everyone. But this year, it wasn't the Wyndham's fault, and the truck drivers I'm sure are great people that are coming in. It's just circumstances beyond all of our control that I did lose a few spaces. That being said, I'm sorry if anybody couldn't be a vendor this year. I truly, truly apologize. And please know that you're all welcome to come back, and thank you for supporting us. And I just didn't want to tell anybody, but I couldn't
see, and
help.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like that's one of the things you hear when people put on is like, "Oh, I wouldn't be a vendor, and nobody called me back," or "No, not necessarily you." I'm not saying you, the bash necessarily, but
No, I hear you.
you had to do this, right? And that stuff gets talked about, and people don't understand that it's not that you're giving them a, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, no.
you want to do that. I mean, I was talking to John, while we were setting up, and he said, "No, I can't fit everybody." Like, and they're really strict.
Yeah,
That
they are because they're in a school.
it's a
And,
school.
and
Yeah,
yeah, John, if he could have had everyone in the field there, he absolutely would have.
yeah,
And him and Chris did an amazing job. I
right.
think theirs was the best one yet. I
That
love
was
the themes of her party are awesome. Um, it's just an amazing time.
yeah. But so the bash, I'm telling you, I literally leave there because 4 days, you know me, I am a social butterfly. I am all over the place. And I
Mhm.
feel horrible. Last year I like set up a tattoo appointment and like everybody and the mother was looking for me to get there and I was like I was still drunk from the night before. I was totally
No,
like I was a mess. So,
no.
but I mean, but we have so much fun. I mean, even there's an outside deck outside. We set up shop out there. People will play. I think Kelly's having a little party there Thursday night out
Right.
out on the patio,
Yep.
and
Thursday night.
yeah, Thursday night there's you know, a party on the patio. Friday night there's an 80s party. Saturday is like a big ceremony. I mean, it's fun stuff. It's things to like kind of you look forward to, because all of these people are your friends. You know what I mean? And you love to see your friends doing amazing things, and
Mhm.
with the community out there, like with the people that the patrons that come in and they buy their tickets. They're really getting what they're paying for. They're getting more than what they're paying for.
Oh, absolutely.
More than what they're paying for. I mean, there's even
Sorry, Dave Schrader is
a dunk tank.
distracting me.
Tell him, hey, stop it. I don't distract his guests when he has people on.
Oh, but it truly is a labor of love.
Yeah. I want to bring up the dunk tank because everybody's favorite skeptic, has volunteered to sit in the hot seat. So, last year there was just like a long line.
As soon as we said that Kenny Biddle was in the dunk tank, I'm going to say probably 50% of the people jumped up and ran outside, right?
Oh yeah. And he was loving it. And people were loving it. They're like, what'd you say about my video? What'd you say about my book? Ghost,
right?
Dust. People were just like, but it was fun. It was awesome. Steve keeps trying to get me to do the dunk tank, but I'm not doing it.
No, you're not gonna?
No. I mean, look, it's gonna be ridiculous. I don't know how to like yell at people and like say things to get them to.
We'll give you like little cards.
I don't know how to do. I wouldn't know how to do to be mean unless you really put somebody in front of me that I don't like. Then I can be mean. But yeah. So I mean the dunk tank, and then Wes just said, I am going in the Wes, you're going in the dunk tank?
Is he?
Yes, we said. He said, love you guys. I am going in the dunk tank.
I love Wes. You know what?
I do too.
For him last year to get to the bash because of COVID restrictions and things like that, like it was a real challenge. And I felt so bad that it was really hard for him to get across the border.
Yeah. Wes is from Canada, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah. He just was just a fierce, he was reckoned. He was a fierce to be reckoned with. And he was like, I'm coming across the border. I'll do whatever I have to do. And he was there.
He was there. I know. I love it. Is Doc Molnar coming?
Yes. Yep. He's on the lectures.
Good. See, these are all my faves, all my favorite people,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a really awesome. Hi, Jeff. Really awesome. Speaking of newbies into the event field, Jeff is putting on an event in northern Jersey, I believe, and up near Hinsdale and Wildwood Sanitarium. And
Nice.
Psychic in the Valley, it's called.
I like that title.
Yeah. And Paranormal Brew is a special guest on the thing. And so are the Paranormal Peaches.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we are going to be there, and we actually rented Wildwood Sanitarium for the weekend, me and the Peaches, and we're going to do our thing Friday night, but then Saturday night we're actually going to, raffle off 2 to 4 invites to come investigate at Wildwood with us for the night.
Oh, that's a really good opportunity.
Yeah. So, and then any money we raise, I'll give back to them, and they can, whatever their events for, you know what I mean? They can put it towards that. So, hopefully that'll have a good turnout. But yeah, it is going to be fun. But
When
anyway,
is that?
that is April 15th, 2023.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that'll be cool. But they're first timers. And I'm sure you remember the first time you decided to do something like this.
It was frightening.
Is that Dave Schrader?
Dave Schrader.
You answer that phone so I can yell at him.
Okay.
Is he? It's Facebook. Is it Facebook? Is it FaceTime?
Wait a minute. Are you there? I can't hear you. Are you there? Yeah, someone
Tell him I'm gonna
saying hi. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Tell him I'm going to kick his butt.
All right, I'll call you afterwards. Dave said hi to everybody.
Hi, Dave.
Bye.
What a dork.
I was like, I'm sorry.
No, just the next time he has a guest on that I know, I'm going to be like, I'm going to start messaging him and texting him and calling him. Kidding.
You should send him the link and tell him to come on right now.
Yeah, you should go. You should have told him. You were just on the phone.
Let me see.
Dave was there last year too, right?
No, this is our first year with Dave. Dave came to the Hoover House.
Right.
And he there, I just sent him the link.
Oh, cool.
We'll see if he jumps on.
This is how I got to get Dave on my show.
Right. So he came for Stacy's event that she had here. We had a vending event, and he was the special guest here. It was fun, and we got to meet him on a level where like he wasn't all rushing around, and he said, "I think I want to come to the bash," and
awesome.
And then it happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He was at one of your events, and we had such a fun time. I forget what that was. April was there.
Yeah, that was Stacy's. That was actually Stacy's event.
Oh, the one that does tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Does the tattoo stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought some stuff, but I think I'm going to use it after the summer because I'm having a hard time with like lotion and then sunblock and then that and everything. So start using it after the summer. But anyways, I digress.
Yes.
So did we talk about food? Like you're gonna have food trucks there?
Yep, we're having Jamaican food, barbecue. We have this huge popcorn thing that is like big kettle corn. She's gonna pop it right in front of everyone, and then we have ice cream and all kind of snacks and goodies.
Wait, how big is the popcorn thing?
She's pretty big. She's got the real big kettle. She cooks it in the kettle and she puts it in a real big bag for you. So it's really fresh and it's really good.
So I wanted to just touch on this really quick for anybody that's watching. Like, what advice do you have for people that are starting out and doing and are trying to do this to make this like an annual thing for themselves or to help? You know what I mean? Like, what advice would you have for
an event?
Yeah.
I would say make sure that you get a place that people want to travel to. First and foremost, you have to have a good destination.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then just build yourself from there. The bash started with 13 vendors. And I don't think all the vendors showed. I think it was actually like 12.
Really?
Yep. And then
I didn't think I was there the first year.
No, and we had it at 3 different locations. It was the store, our store, and then the Pike restaurant, and then the Comfort Suites gave us a place for people to do their lectures. So it was like 3 different places. I think I walked 100 miles.
Wow.
I'm exaggerating, but it was a lot.
Yeah. So I guess a good destination wouldn't be a prison.
Well, no.
Well, that depends. You got Eastern State right here. I would do that in a hot second.
I've never been to Eastern State.
You have to come. I literally live 15 minutes from there, 20 minutes.
Yeah. We just went to Moundsville the first time this summer.
Uh-huh.
But my biggest thing that I want to do is Iowa. I'm going to go to Villisca.
Oh, I just started hearing about Villisca.
Yep, that's my destination that I will get to one day.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Let's go. I've never been to Eastern State, and it's like 20. Yeah. Oh, you've never been? Oh, no, you need to go. I mean, you could go during the day or at night. I mean, it is just fantastic.
Right. So I think whenever I get to go to Eastern State, I do have some really good trigger questions to ask because we do the Jenny Wade house, and Jenny Wade's father was in Eastern State when Jenny was shot. And that's why we think the hypothesis is that Jenny Wade's father is still in the basement because he didn't have closure. And historically, he was in the alms house, which is the poor house. He would come looking for his daughter almost every day, and they would turn him back around and say, I'm sorry, Mr. Wade, but your daughter's dead. She was shot. And the next day or the next couple days, he'd come back. So I think if anyone was there, I think maybe I would say, Mr. Wade, with respect, I would say, Mr. Wade, I've been to Jenny's house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, or
Anything.
then I would talk about Gettysburg.
Yeah.
I think.
Was
I
he
wouldn't
from
talk about his
Gettysburg?
crime that he did
Yeah,
or why he was there. I would just
Yeah.
talk about Jenny.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that her father committed a crime and was in Eastern State. And
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And then we also do the haunted orphanage. And I have a new location in Gettysburg that I can't tell yet.
No, but I better be in on it.
It's a good one.
East Coast Paranormal just used luminol at the Axe Murder House. It was wow. I don't know what luminol is. Do you know?
Yeah, luminol. Actually, we took luminol. It was a specific kind of luminol. It's called something 7. Steve got it. And
What is that, a crystal or something?
no, it'll illuminate blood.
Oh, okay.
And so we started at the Jenny Wade house in the basement thinking, well, we knew that the kitchen floor had been replaced, but we went in the basement under the kitchen and sprayed underneath, like on the rafters, thinking that maybe something was still there that came down. We did not get anything. So then we went upstairs, and it's kind of at the top of the steps on the Wade side. There's a long, maybe 6-foot long splash of, you can see that it's blood because it glows, and you can see where her head was. And then it's kind of like this.
Stop it.
Because they had wrapped her in a blanket, in a quilt, and got her through.
Wow. Did you get pictures of that?
Yeah, I have pictures.
That is
So now when we do the Jenny Wade house,
amazing.
we sit there and we stand around and we just say, Jenny, we know that you were here, not are you here? So we're more relevant to our questions. So yeah, I think that knowing the history, and if you have luminol, if you're able to do that, absolutely adds to your investigations.
Yeah. 1000%.
Tenfold.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, because I don't know where everybody's watching from, but Jenny Wade was the only civilian killed in the Civil War when it was going on, the Battle of Gettysburg. It was not on purpose. It was a stray bullet. I can't believe she was the only one to be killed during the Gettysburg battle, because there was skirmishes and fights everywhere all over throughout that town. And she wasn't even at her house. She was at her sister's house making bread.
Right.
So, and is it still true that she was bending over to get bread out of the oven, or is that just
bending over? But right before that, a couple hours before, she said she was scared, of course, all this fighting's happening. And she said, if anyone's to die here today, let it be me.
Oh, wow.
And then Jenny was shot. And then Jenny's mother turned around and said, Georgia, your sister is dead. So I really feel that when we step into history and we get, with respect, not disrespect, with respect, that we can get more evidence, because I think the spirits actually know that we're interested in their history, that we care.
Right.
So, that's kind of how we investigate.
Right. And as an investigator, I've totally flipped my switch. I used to not want to know what was going on at a location, but now I want to know, so I would want to know the history. I would want to know that stuff so that you can do an investigation to whereas you are trying to connect with whatever is supposed to be there,
And then when we do the orphanage, we usually, so the middle table, there's a dining room table, 2 gigantic tables, and we usually put our equipment down the middle of the tables. And with respect, we're children. We sit there and we kind of say, it's kind of, the first time we did it, we were like, oh, this is a little silly, but we started getting evidence. My bread's moldy. Stop looking at me. I miss my mother. That's a big one.
Wow.
Just, I'm hungry. Here comes Miss Rosa. Like when you sit and you kind of get into the history of where you're at and know the I think that the history needs to be looked more into.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're here at the Hoover House. I have obituaries of people who passed away here because we were a nursing home. So with respect, we talk to them. And I have a picture of someone who was actually in the Keystone. His grandfather, our neighbor down the street, his grandfather was here. So he said, would you please put my grandfather's picture back into his room where he was at? And I said, absolutely. I'll be honored to do that. So, you'll see one of the residents' pictures are in there.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, not only do you put on this awesome event, and what year are we going into?
I think
It's
6 or
4.
7.
What?
Yeah.
I am so off.
19,
I do this to my friend Tim
21,
Miley too.
22. So it'll be 6 because COVID knocked us out one year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did this to my friend Tim Miley, who does the photographs for pooches. Like, I thought he was only doing it for 3 years, and he's like 9. What? I don't know why I'm like, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like things have been, I pound a few beers and oh my gosh, shut up.
Yeah. When we had to not do the bash the one year because of COVID, that was a huge decision, and I cried for days. But I felt like we had to, make sure that everybody was okay. But now, onward and upward.
Yes, for sure. And hopefully the monkeypox doesn't shut us down next. Okay. What did I do? Hold on. Carmen says that's why she wants to know about the Hoover House. It would be the first time there. Which Hoover is it?
The picture is not a Hoover. The picture, although we do have pictures of the Hoovers in some historical books here that you absolutely welcome to use. It's a picture of someone who was a resident in the Keystone.
The Keystone.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
It's right here.
But the Keystone was what?
Keystone Brew.
The Keystone room. So she named, the rooms are all named.
Here
So
it is. So the Keystone is the one king bedroom that's right next to the Holzer. So Harland Lawrence Garrison, he was one of our residents.
Oh, look at him.
And he was in the Keystone. Yep.
Wow. What room did I stay in? Because I left my recorder on all night. I was in the room near the bathroom.
I think you were in the Rosebud.
Yes.
That is very active. We had someone staying in there, a man from Boston, and he came down in the morning and he was like, do you know that your house is haunted? And I'm like, yes. Didn't you look at it? It's all over the profile. And he said, yeah, but I didn't believe it. And I said, well, what happened? Are you okay? He said, oh, I'm fine. I'm bringing my wife back here because she's not going to believe it. He said, somebody got into my suitcase and threw my clothes all over the room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, it's weird listening to yourself sleep. Okay, because I listened.
Oh, yeah, because you had your recorder on.
I had my recorder going the whole time, and there were some movement and stuff going around. Now, I knew it wasn't me because I was listening, and I could tell when I would move or if I did something. You know what I mean? These were noises in the room. Like one of it almost sounded like one of the dresser drawers being open. Things like that. Like, what would be? That would be a horrible experience for someone that is OCD. What? Oh, what he said. Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
I have Primrose. She has, they're staying in yeah, that's where I stayed, right? Primrose?
Yeah, no, you were in the Rosebud.
Oh, Rosebud. This person's in Primrose.
It's right next to it.
Huh?
That's right next to it.
Yeah. So not only are you guys doing this event, right? Now you do the haunted Hoover, 1912 Hoover House
Mm-hmm.
in Waynesboro, PA, which is 35 minutes away from Gettysburg,
Mm-hmm.
which is also near Antietam. It's also near. Is it near Harper's Ferry too, or is it
Uh-huh.
just Antietam? So Harper's Ferry. So you're like,
Harper's Ferry, Antietam. Yep, we're right in the center.
I went out to Gettysburg for like 8 days one year by myself, and I literally went. I was like, you know what? Since I'm here for 8 days, I'll part with Gettysburg for a little bit, and I'll go check out Antietam. I was there. It was beautiful, but I
Mm-hmm.
was there for probably an hour or two, and I'm like, I got to go back to Gettysburg. Then I went to Harper's Ferry. I said, oh, yeah, this is cute. Like the next day, I went to Harper's Ferry for a little bit. I'm like, this is cute.
Go to Shepherdstown. We're close to Shepherdstown too.
Never been,
Shepherdstown's cute.
but I had to get back to Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's my happy place.
That's
So, so that's why I love that you do the event in Gettysburg. I mean, you guys were, and then you have the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange,
Yes.
which Gettysburg Ghost Exchange is a store. It used to be located in Gettysburg. Now it's in Waynesboro, right?
Yes.
And there's investigating equipment. Pam, you go ahead. This is your shit.
So
we
we moved out of Gettysburg and we moved to Waynesboro. So now we are called the Historic Haunts of Waynesboro. So mid-September, we're going to have paranormal, ghost walks. We're going to have history walks. They were here for years. The founder of them gave them to us. And so now we are going to resume them. And we sell paranormal equipment. I have a metaphysical room at the top and a teaching area now, and lots of metaphysical products.
Mm-hmm. Now, the building that you're in,
It's the old toll house that was here in Waynesboro, and depending on what you were coming to Waynesboro for, it was either a penny, 3 pennies. If you were bringing cattle, they charged you a couple pennies per head. If you were coming to shop, it was only a penny though. If you were passing through, it was more. But we're in that shop. So our friend came to see the toll house, maybe like the first week that we opened up. Her name's Nancy. And she said, my aunt and uncle used to live here. And I was like, oh, very cool. She owned the Aller House, which is the historical society for Waynesboro. And she said, my aunt and uncle lived upstairs. Can I go up? And I was like, absolutely. So we go upstairs. She's talking about memories that she had as a kid, memories of her aunt and uncle. And then she left. Not long after, bang, 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 up and down the steps, up and down the steps, up and down the steps. So I've told Nancy, I was like, Nancy, you have to come back and we have to see if your aunt and uncle want to communicate with you, because I think they do.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about that and what's good for you guys is when you get old homes like that, or you acquire old homes, or you have like those historical sites, you never really get firsthand, historical information from
Right.
somebody. You know what I mean? So like this way you have somebody that actually was associated with this house.
Yes. And I think the vibration of your voice, I think that's a lot to do with it. And when she came in, she was just like, my aunt and uncle were such nice people, and they lived here in this area, and that was their kitchen. And she was just really touching base of her family, her core. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually at the store by myself, and I'm sitting there, and a newspaper, they were writing it's like local news. They were just like welcoming us, doing a story. And the reporter was just finishing up. And then I was telling her, like, off the record, like what we do and things. And then I told her about Nancy, and she was like, oh, that's really cool. And she's like writing, she's just getting ready to leave. And she heard the people walking up and down the steps. It was like on cue.
Yes.
And she said to her husband, did you hear that? And her husband was like, yeah. She's like, I think I really heard a ghost.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what, like, when I was up there and I was checking it out, like you even that little thing. And now, mind you, this thing is at their store is at the bottom of a cemetery. There's a cemetery behind it.
Yep.
And over here, back here behind it is a little, what would you
It's
call it? Like
it's called the Burns Cabin. It's one of the oldest buildings that was in Waynesboro. It was built in, and I might not have the exact, but I think it's 1749. It was a schoolhouse. It was a private residence. It was a little church, and it was a meeting house for the Union Army. So it's just tiny. So Waynesboro is the retreat end of the battle. So as some of the Confederate Army was retreating, their destination was Chambersburg and Maryland. So they came through. They actually held Waynesboro for 15 days. General Lee was actually in our circle, our square. And there's just a lot of Civil War history here.
Yeah.
And we're built on a cavern system. And there's caverns like right up the road in the next town up that you can go in.
You can go in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I need to come. You know why? Because I'm gonna have to have something to get off my mind about Little Round Top. So like when I come, I wanna explore.
So it's called Black Coffee, Coffey, Black Coffee Caverns.
Mhm.
And it looks like you're walking up to a farmhouse, and she welcomes you in. She tells the history and how they found out that there was caverns. A cow fell through a hole out in the field.
What?
Yes, you can't even make this up. It's so
Wait,
great.
did the cow live?
No.
Oh, you could have lied to me, Pam.
I said to Steve, how deep are these caverns? We're probably going to be down there for 5 minutes. No. She opens the door, and there's like 50 steps. We were down there for about 2 hours. There's a pond down there. There's stalactite, stalagmite. There is a bridge of names written from 1863 or 1864 is the first one. It's just packed full of history. And Waynesboro is not far from South Mountain, and that South Mountain was used in the Underground Railroad. Hey, Dave Haney.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Coffee.
Wait. Oh, is that the way you spell it?
I think it's Coffey. I'm pretty sure. And they do have a Facebook page. It's a mother and a daughter who run it, and you have to have a reservation. Because they work full time.
We also want to go to that rock place you go to too.
High Rock.
Yeah. So I definitely want to see that. That sounds.
We've got a lot of stuff here in Waynesboro.
Yeah, I need to take a trip out there and be there for a little bit, and so I can do cool other cool stuff. You know.
Yep.
So, what about Steve's car?
Steve's car will be officially unveiled at the bash. It's at the shop right now, and I haven't seen it. So the hood, when it's going to come up, the Twin Towers are going to rise again.
Oh, that is going to give me chills. You going to do that Saturday?
Yes.
I got to be there for that. I want to see that. That's going to be amazing. I'll go live. I'll so people can share that.
That would be great.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, Steve acquired a car, and he is having a wonderful person. What do they call that? Is that like a form of wrapping, or is that like?
No, that's all airbrushed. It's all airbrushed.
It's
Key Designs, and Key did all of Richard Petty's work on his on his race cars. Key really went into the history and the day of when the towers fell. And when you see the people that are on the car, they were actually people that were affected during 9/11 and had a part in it. But it doesn't show destruction. It's showing the people and the heart of the day, and it's to bring our community and our country, together.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. And, it definitely that's how Gettysburg makes me feel. You know what I mean? Like I don't pick up on all the death and all that bad negative stuff. For me, it's more. It feels like this unified, like I don't know. I can't explain it. It's I pick up on the happy, on the good stuff, on the in between the fighting and everything. You know what I mean? Like when I say pick up on, I want to say that those are the feelings I get. I don't get the sad feelings or the whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it really.
Gettysburg does draw you back. Once you get to Gettysburg, like there's something.
Wait, I always do this. I always try to do this.
It just draws you back. You become a part of it.
Yeah, there's the coordinates right there.
You're not allowed to investigate the crash site at all. The Park Service there is very attentive to the feelings. We actually took the 9/11 car last year to a private ceremony with the family members. It's really hollowed ground, kind of like it's like Gettysburg, yeah, you're not allowed to even walk down there.
But that's like somebody's backyard, right? That was on someone's farm, wasn't it?
It was a farm. Yeah, it was a farm.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, you're not allowed to even walk down there. You have to stay on certain paths. And I haven't ever seen anybody disrespect that. So no, you're not allowed to.
Yeah. And I would hope nobody ever would.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens. I mean, it's happened at Gettysburg. So, I mean, and people forget that's hollowed ground. There are still men buried throughout that place. You know what I mean? Like there's still things. I mean, you got to respect it. And if not, it's a, I think that's bad juju, to be honest with you. I think it's really bad juju if you disrespect a place like all these historical places like this where people died for our freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. I carried that with kit gloves. I wouldn't want that karmic debt. I wouldn't want to have to pay that back.
No way. So let's do a rundown again. I thought I shared. I don't know why. Is Zabash's page attached to the Wyndham?
No.
Why is
no?
that?
But I do have links on the Facebook page. I do have.
I'll share the website too. But
the website's not very.
Oh, it's not okay.
It's okay.
I'm here, and when I shared the link, it said the Wyndham. The link said Gettysburg Wyndham or something.
I'll share the link. Well, I can't. Yeah. I can share it when we get off because if I try to do that right now,
let me say copy link, right? And then I'll show you what it does. So I'll put it in the comments and I put up. Did you see I put it up earlier? But it said the Wyndham, so I thought I had the wrong thing. Why can't I pull this up? This is weird. Hey. Okay.
Facebook's always changing stuff.
Don't even get me started on Facebook.
Yeah, it changed the way that you put up even like small events.
She didn't say investigating is disrespectful. It's the location. She said that people have respected that nobody's allowed to go back there to do that stuff because they're
you can't even step on the ground back there.
Like nobody's tried to sneak in and investigate or they've respected the rules or the laws to not be able to go there to do stuff like that. They said they were really picky about that.
Yeah.
This is what comes up when I share the link. Is that right?
I don't know. I can't click on it. If I click on it, somebody click on it.
Yeah.
If I click on it,
You'll go out. You'll leave me.
Yeah, I'll go out. I don't want to leave you, darling.
No, because we still have to talk. So, I mean, for a couple minutes, like I just want you to. I want to put the right link on. So it's right. Craig said
good. Good.
Okay. I thought it would say like Gettysburg Bash or something. You know what I mean? But it says the Wyndham. So.
Yeah. Right. No, Jonathan, you misunderstood me. I didn't mean that investigating was disrespectful. I've been in the field for 30 years. I'm older than I look. Look.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why I wanted to clarify that.
Thank you,
because
Craig.
yeah. Oh, everybody's saying it's right. Okay, awesome. I thought I was sharing the wrong thing, so I'll leave this up here for a minute because there's the link. Again, Pam says you can't buy tickets online. It's all at the door. It's $20.
$20. Yep.
And that's, I mean, that gets you in. You just, the only other thing you would have to pay for would be for the bands, right?
Nope.
What?
No, everything's included. Once you pay that $20, everything's included. When the bands start, there is a cash bar. And the Wyndham's really good about setting it up. We're kind of like all back on that back patio and kind of like right inside. So the only other thing that you have to pay for is your alcohol.
Yeah, which think about all of that. Like a lot of places they say you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that, you got to pay for this. This is separate, you know, whereas you have the parties, you have the lectures, you have the vendors, you have the cigar lounge, the bands, the food trucks, and it's $20.
$20.
$20 for an amazing event.
Yeah.
And now are there rooms left at the Wyndham?
I don't think so, but the Marriott did give me 10 rooms that they usually hold for people traveling, but they did release them, and I did put the link up for that. Not sure how many of them are left. But if you want to stay, I would say try to hit that link and see if there's any more rooms.
Yeah, and you also informed me that the Appalachian opened.
Yeah, the Appalachian Brewing Company. They're back open again. I think they close at like 11 o'clock at night, so they're not.
That's okay, because you know why? I really, honestly, it doesn't need to be open because not only are they a brewery, they started making their own. They started making their own whiskey, bourbon, and
I didn't know that.
Which is amazing, and I don't need that. Close earlier, please. It's so delicious, and their food is delicious. So even if you know even if the food trucks aren't appealing to people or whatever the case may be, which I don't see why they wouldn't be. They sound amazing. The Appalachian is great too, but it just gives people a place to kind of like, you know, if they want to go and wine, it's right there in the parking lot, right with the Wyndham. You really don't have to drive anywhere, which is amazing.
Park your car and you're right there. Now the people who are doing the one food truck, the not the. I'm trying to think what their food truck's called. I'm sorry, my brain's like fried. The one guy was here. He was set up for when we had Dave Schrader here. It's that food truck that was outside, out front of the.
Oh, that was good food. That was good food.
Yeah, Jamaican. It was Jamaican food.
Wait, they had the mac and cheese?
Yeah, I think they did. They did have mac and cheese. Yeah.
Oh,
so they came in, the older man, and he was I was like signing some stuff for him, like for his permits and stuff. And he goes,
"Oh, he heard something?"
He goes, "This place is haunted." I was like, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Okay, bye. Come outside. Come outside and talk to me." And he was like, I gotta go. So then I kind of just fell in love with the old guy, and I was like, "Oh, we always going to the bash."
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. The food's great. The personality's great. He gives you a little talk of Jamaica when he's giving you your food. He's just awesome.
So now, do you have guests staying at the Hoover that weekend, or are you like, no, I can't do that because
Hoover's closed.
Oh, maybe we can go there for a little investigation, Pam. Maybe we're gonna be busy all weekend. Probably. Yeah, I'm drinking my face off. We're going to be having a lot of fun.
Don't forget to bring a lawn chair for the bands.
Me and the Peaches are going to be there, and you know, there is nothing quiet or calm or not when we're all together.
Are you going to get a tattoo this year?
I'm going to get one this year.
Good.
For sure. If they don't hate me for what I did last year, but I really honestly was like not even with it.
I don't hate you.
0. But yeah, I do. I think I want 2 actually, but little ones, but I think I want 2. I definitely want to we're going to get it. Like, I think the Peaches are going to get something. that like all similar, like a little peach with the whatever. And then I think I'm gonna get Paranormal Brew's logo.
Are you cool? Where are you going to get them at?
I don't know. I'm thinking somewhere, arm wise. I'm too afraid to do the leg thing, even though I think it looks really sexy and cute on women, with the upper thigh and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of my thighs, so I'm like, I can't do that part yet, you know. But I also wanted the American flag on me somewhere, and that's what they were going to do for me last year, and I was out of it. So I don't know. I'm going to bring some money for some cool tattoos.
Yeah, there's everything from, like I said, from gems to paranormal equipment to jewelry and candles and tarot card readers and massage therapy and Reiki. There's such a wide variety of things that you can get.
And what you have, like, is that cigar guy coming back? The guy that sells the cigars? I know there was a guy.
Just the cigar lounge.
Just the cigar lounge.
Dale.
Okay.
Dale's going to have
the cigar lounge is amazing. Like I sat in that thing and I'm like, man, I wonder what the poor people are doing.
It's like you're in 1920s kind of.
Oh, but it's like the fact that these two guys just did this together and their decor is awesome. Like it is just, and you doesn't even smell like smoke in there. Like you're not like coughing up smoke or anything. Like I don't even smoke. And I was like, I was just hanging out in there. I'm like, this is cool.
And then right near Batman, right next to Batman, is going to be the Joker truck. So they're going to have a fun rivalry. Yes. And then we've got the Ghostbusters car, kind of boom, boom, boom. So it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. I mean, it's fun every year. And look, Amber, that's so awesome, Amber. So last year I met Amber, her mom, and like all these people that are part of her group, which they were supposed to come on the brew, but I don't know what happened, but we'll figure that out. But also they had these Jello shots. That's how I met them. Of course, mate, I'm like, what you guys got going on over here? Jello shot. And then I just sat down and it's like, I've made these awesome friends, they're all awesome. They are all great group of people. So yeah, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We are going to have fun. Please don't miss out. Not only is it in the best city in the entire world and universe. You want to say city, town. I'll say town, but I'll say place in my eyes. It's also this awesome event with these awesome Steve and Pam Barry. I don't care what you heard about them. If it's anything bad, it ain't true. They are angels on earth for sure.
Well, I won't go that far, but
you are. Well, I mean, I'm saying like when it comes to like other people and doing things for people and being there for people and not, you guys are angels. Obviously, I'm an angel too.
Yes, you are.
I have these little things that pop up there. It's like the good, the bad. It's like, don't do that. You're going to really regret it tomorrow morning. No, do it. You only live once. YOLO. I'm like, YOLO, let's do it. So, all right. I am going to let you go.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And I hope to see each and every one of you at the bash.
Yes, absolutely. And 80s party Friday night.
Yeah.
Party. We have that party Thursday night on the patio. Then Friday night is the 80s party. Saturday is the opening ceremony with the car and the music and the bands. It's going to be such a fun time. Can we extend it next year to like Monday?
No.
I want one more day. One more day. One more day. I'm gonna start making shirts that says one more day.
One more day. Okay.
Gettysburg Bash. One more day. Love you. Tell Steve I love him.
I will. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, hon.
Oh, what a great show. They're awesome. I can dress like as Mrs. Doubtfire. Wow, was that? Yeah, was that me? That wasn't. Oh, I see. I want to thank everybody for joining me. And Tam, I'm just getting my book because I rely on this thing like you would not believe. So next week on my show, where are we at? Oh, I got Joe. I say Rain one because that's how I remember. So I got Joe Renone coming on. And we're just going to have a paranormal roundtable, and I'm going to learn all cool things about him. So make sure you check in for that next week. The following week, I have Ryan C. Jones and Dennis Eslock coming on to talk about Cabin 360. If you guys have ever not heard about that, it's a very alleged haunted location that a lot of people go to. I have not had the pleasure of investigating there yet, but a lot of people have. So they're going to come on and talk about that. Following that is James Anito to talk about Dominion Ministry. That's cool. And a goodie, don't miss out. September 7th, I have Justin Bamforth coming on. Hello, California. Thanks for joining. I have Justin Bamforth coming on. Also another amazing show. So yeah, I'm booked through to November every week on the Brew 7:30. October 12th, I have Cody Drake coming on. He lives in Arizona, and he's a legit treasure hunter, like treasure hunts, and he finds all kinds of really old things, and has paranormal experience. He has experiences and stuff. So it'll be really cool. He was on TV. He was on a show with, I always say his name wrong, Rob Riggins, I believe, the guy that was in Hangover, like in your face, that guy. He's really funny. But, and then I have some Tobias Wayland coming on to talk about Mothman. Never had anybody come on to talk about Mothman. So that'll be cool. And then I'll be live at Mohegan Sun for the Warren Paracon thing with my peaches. October 19th, I have Tim Miley coming on. I'm like totally, you guys are going to love it. So just, follow, like, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys soon. Much love to everybody. See you guys next week.